Hey everybody, it's Matt here from TerraMedia, and today I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I've got out my whiteboard and whiteboard marker here, and we're going to have a quick chat about the customer value journey. Now, chances are, if you have been reading about digital marketing, experimenting with it yourself, and just about anything else in that space, you've probably heard about the marketing funnel. If you've been using HubSpot or following their blogs, you've probably heard them talk about the flywheel approach. And if you follow digital marketer Ryan Dice and his team, you've probably heard about customer value optimization or the journey and that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, what actually are these things? Really, they're all the same. What you're talking about is what your customers are doing. Where do they start? Where do they go to next? From there, where do they end? And the goal, regardless of how they started, which methodology you look at, is for your customers to be delighted, to love the service they've received, to love the product that you've given them, and to tell other people about you. Not just that, but then come back, be repeat customers, and just keep telling people, because you want them to do your marketing for you. At the end of the day, word of mouth is the most powerful tool that you have to get new customers. So what does this look like? Well, the marketing funnel, you've probably seen it a lot, is something like this, right? A funnel, okay? At the top, you're looking at something like a track. Right? Your new customers, you're wanting to find them, you bring them in, they come in the top. Now, from there, what happens next? You engage with them and maybe you convert them. Okay? Depending on what version of the funnel you look at, these can be the same level, sometimes they're separated. I'm going to do them separated for now, just for clarity. So, that's great, right? Your attract could be your lead magnet, could be a blog post, could be phone calls, whatever it is. And typically you'll have your pay-per-click advertising, SEO, social media, whatever your inbound traffic sources are. Typically that's up here. Not all of your customers will start there. At engage, it might be your tripwire, or that could also be at convert. Typically convert is going to be more like your core offer though. Engage maybe a nurture program or that sort of thing as well. It really depends how you've structured your whole funnel approach. But at the end of the day, your customer can come in at any point. You can have people that want your core offer, and that's the first they've heard of you. So don't forget about those people. And then lastly, down the bottom here is typically delight. Now, this is important because this is the part where your customers really, really love what you've been doing. They love the service you've given them, they love the product, now they're raving about you. Or are they? At the very least, hopefully they've left you a positive testimonial or review. But HubSpot proposes there's a problem with this, right? A funnel has a bottom. What happens? People fall out. Now, this is very similar to a saying in not-for-profit spaces, especially in churches. Now, I heard this a lot when I was working with the Adventist Media Network, right? And there's the saying that you put in a lot of effort to bring new people in through the front door, but often the people that are already inside get forgotten about and they fall out the back door. That's what's happening in a funnel, right? People come in the top, fall out the bottom. Now, you don't want that, especially when these people up here are really expensive to get. It's even more expensive to get them down to this point where they're converted. So once they're there though, not only are they easier to sell to again and more likely to buy again if they've had a good experience, they're going to tell people. And that means more customers with less effort and cost for you, right? Especially given that those customers are more likely to come in on this point. And that's really important too, because it's easier and cheaper, right? So what HubSpot's done is they've said, all right, should this be more of a circle? And what's the perfect example of that circle? It's a flywheel, because a flywheel is designed to maintain momentum, right? So HubSpot have essentially said, all right, what makes sense? This sort of circle or flywheel, and mine's a bit wonky, but you get the idea, approach. Now, instead of it being 4 sections, we're really just breaking it down into 3, right? It's attract and engage and delight. Now, these typically are your different types of CRM. Attract is your marketing, engage is your sales, delight is your service. And that obviously makes sense for HubSpot, given they sell those 3 as separate upgrades to their free CRM. Now, from here, the idea is, okay, you attract people, you move them into the engage stage, you move them into the delight stage. From delight, you move into attracting them again. And not just attracting them again, but them attracting other people. So bringing in new people for you. Now, HubSpot also goes into who might be fitting into each space and whether they're likely to have heard of you already or not, and so on. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're not forgetting about anyone and you are getting the most value from every contact that comes in. So, ask yourself this question. Are you attracting people because you are delighting them? Now, I know it sounds like a bit of a catch-22. You can't delight someone if they don't know you exist, right? But you can. You can provide them with things of value that don't cost them anything, or that don't cost them much, right? Now, that should be part of your brand awareness approach. But you can also use that word of mouth from other people, and that is a really powerful tool. You can also do things like, if someone has a question, if they send you an email or a message on Facebook Messenger, right? You can get onto it straight away, respond quickly, blow them away with how fast they are, with how fast you are, I should say. But not just that, really take note of what they're asking, dig into it, make sure you fully understand it, and give them an answer that really, really makes it clear you know what they're looking for and you can provide it. If you can't, just tell them that. There's nothing wrong with that. They're going to be happier with knowing that you can't do what they're hoping you can do than buying your product and finding out it doesn't do that. Now, same with engaging, right? We're sort of already at engaging at that point, but at the end of the day, is your product easy to use? Are you available for support? Does it give them a good experience? At the end of the day, what we're saying is we really want to delight people at every stage. And this is a powerful tool when you think about it like this, because it sort of makes you look at your products and services in this light and go, is this all about the customer, or is this product just about the product? Okay? And when you're looking at it as the customer approach or how the customer sees it, how they use it, it's very different, and that can really, really help you to refine the product, the service, whatever it is, and to provide an excellent experience for your customer. Now that turns into your customer journey, and as Ryan Dice puts it, it's about turning your customers into advocates for your brand, advocates for you and your products. In doing so, they're more likely to come back and buy again. They're more likely to tell other people about you, and they're more likely to encourage those other people to buy your product or service if they believe that it's right for those people. So I hope that helps explain what the customer value journey is and what the difference is between this funnel and flywheel and that sort of thing. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what picture you use to convey it. It's all just about making sure the customer has a great experience at every point and that they don't get forgotten about, because really they just want to be heard. Even if they've had an issue or a negative experience, they just want to be heard, and if they're not, it'll probably turn into a big deal for them and they will not be an advocate for you. An issue that turns into a really positive experience for them, that can be used to make them into an advocate, right? So that's it for me for today, but Leave any questions down in the comments. Head on over to terramedia.com.au and say hi, and I will catch you next time. Bye for now.